All right. Let's see who joins the chat today. Okay. Rosemary. I see you, Marone. I see you. Yeah, let's just wait a little bit more to get more people through. So we can begin this so that everybody can join in at the same time. I think that would be really fun. Hi, Mom! My mom's here! Okay. Yeah, we'll get a little bit more time for people to join in. People will slowly join in, which I'm okay with. Because people will join in at their own time. That'll be fine. That'll be a good little show. Yeah. Okay. I'm excited that you're excited, Rosemary. I'm really excited for you to be here. Okay. I think there's a feature to add questions. I'll bring it up, but if you ever have a question, feel free to get to me. Ask in the chat. I'll be there, waiting to answer any questions that you may have. But let's just wait a couple more minutes. How's your day, Rosemary? How's your day, Marone? How's your day, Mom? Let's talk about it right now. Eileen's here. What's up, Eileen? What's going on? I'm really nervous, but you know, it'll be fun. I'm excited. Yeah, just say we're gonna be waiting a couple more minutes for more people to join in. Won't be too much longer. What up, Eileen? Celebrity voice. Oh, that's so nice. I'm excited to share myself. This is exciting. I'm like, this is one of the first, like, oh, you know, the eyeliner, you know. I had to come in prepared to this. Like, this is a whole portrait thing. I had to show up. Can't be just looking like I just got out of bed, you know? Even though I did, like, an hour ago. But, okay. Let's wait one more minute for anybody else to come in, and then we'll just begin, because we don't have much time. I realize because we have a smaller account, they put a time limit to our live videos, which is super unfortunate. So in a couple more minutes we'll be able to join in. Anybody who joins in will just join in and join in on the fun, but we'll begin very soon. Yeah, okay, let's see. Yeah, everything should be good. Well, honestly, we can begin now. I'm really excited to be here, so let's just begin now. Welcome. So excited to have everyone here today. Welcome to Embody and Extend, the I Am That I Am live demo. This is our first live demo. We've been doing a lot of different sort of projects, all revolving around video. And this sort of project I kind of just like really wanted to just get myself out there, present my work, and something that is a little bit different to me, something that feels a little less out of my control, even though it totally is in my control, but you're seeing everything for what it is currently, which is I'm so excited for you to be here, all 4 of you. Thank you so much for coming tonight. It's such a great opportunity to have you, me hosting you. My name is Julia, if you haven't already met me before, even though I pretty much know everyone here. I also go by JDA Art on my Instagram. And I am one of the co-founders and contributors of Embody and Extend, a Vision of the Truth. I'm really excited to be here. This is now my second part of the I Am That I Am whole video project series. I had a first one. My first sort of part in this project was revolving a whole nother topic that is a lot more like vulnerable. And right now I'm just ready to have fun. You know, if you're looking to get more vulnerable, you can see the first part, and that whole video series is honing and reimagining your creative power through heartbreak, which is something that I get very involved with, get very into. And this second part is just a whole nother layer of me sharing myself to you, presenting myself. It is kind of vulnerable to be here right now, because I don't really work in front of people, so being here is like a little nerve-wracking, and I've been a little nervous all day, but now I'm just feeling a lot better. I feel ready, I feel prepared, like so let's go. A little, backstory to I Am That I Am. I Am That I Am is a video project series that features creative people. You don't have to be an artist to join in. You can definitely be who you are and be open to pouring or being or expressing yourself in a way that feels right. You don't have to do it as like, oh, and this, and this. You can definitely hone in on a certain part of you that you're ready to share. And that's something I feel so grateful with, because there's definitely parts in my life that I'm like, not ready to share just yet, but I'm ready to be active in certain parts. And I feel like just as an artist in myself, I'm ready to definitely share like my very specific like points of me. So I'm ready for that. Part 1 is up. Already mentioned that before. It is the first part, honing and reimagining your creative power. I honestly recommend watching that. If you haven't watched it already, I would watch it after this live video, because it definitely brings a whole nother part into who I am as an artist, as a creative individual. Basically. Also, a couple things. I'm following a guide, just because we're trying to get everything to, get in on a timely manner, and to get, all the things I needed to say out here on our live on time. So I'm following a guideline, which is why I'm like looking down a lot. Also, my window's open. You might hear a little sound here and there. I promise everything's okay. But yeah, here we are today, right now. Let's see. So, right now, basically, why I'm now doing the second part is a lot to do with how people reacted to the first I Am That I Am, and how much like very touching comments and like messages I received after my first I Am That I Am. Like, I really wanted to present myself in another way. I thought that doing that would bring more attraction into our project, bring more attention and more just participation in our group that we're doing already. If you haven't already followed Embody and Extend, I highly recommend doing that. Get in touch with us. Figure out how you can, or how you want to participate in any way. We're always open to suggestions, or, anybody who just wants to join in. We are so open to that, which is like something I'm really excited for. Hi, Alex. Hey. Okay. Yeah. So, the outpour of my first project, the first I Am That I Am video that I presented, was very touching, and it really moved me a lot, and it kind of made me it it exposed me in a lot of ways, something I wasn't really prepared for necessarily, in a way that I wasn't expecting. Like, I was ready to be, like, open and, like, vocal about my work, and, like, the more, hi, Jay, the more just, like, vulnerable side of me. I was ready for that, and I was, like, totally into it. Now, after presenting that, I really needed to take a moment to sort of readjust and resituate myself, and, like, realize, like, that is a lot of, like, outpour of myself, and, it's not a bad thing. I was definitely prepared to be a little drained from it. As you know, that's something common that we all experience when we definitely put something out there. And on a platform like this, like, it definitely reaches far. So I was really needing to take a moment to, like, resituate myself. And that's kind of where I was at for a while, sort of thinking and really wanting to find my place, find a good footing, is what I really needed. So that's kind of like where I needed to just collect my thoughts, collect myself in general. And, so I'm back here today with part 2 of Embody and Extend's I Am That I Am project series. This is our first ever project series that has a live demo version, an art demo. I'll be explaining a little bit more as we go along, but I'm bringing you in, like, pulling you in as to what we're doing here today. Let's see. Yeah, this whole project that I'm doing today, entitled Greeting the Power Portal, is something that I've been really thinking more about, to how it situates my art and how I feel it encompasses. Greeting the Power Portal is to gathering the words that is, like, the most accurate representation of what I've been doing with my art for the last couple months, because it's been sort of everywhere. It's been a little hard to track, and I've been moving to places that just feel so different to me and a little unknown. But this unknown is, like, really exciting. I'm like, yeah, let's get to work right now. Like, I have so much ideas on how to present myself in this way. So now that I'm here, I'm, like, better able to just, like, get to work now. Like, this idea is in my head, let's do it right now. And that's a lot. And, like, I talked about that recently on my own art page, but that's sort of how my most, like, prized work is sort of brought into me. Yes, the unknown. We love the unknown. We accept the unknown. Yeah. So that's basically where we're at. The Power Portal is just the most accurate representation I'm able to bring into my own art practice. And this piece that I'm working with today is very representative as to how it kind of feels to me, what the Power Portal is, and how it can also mean to you in general, how you're able to take anything I bring to you today, how you're able to take any information that I'm speaking to you with, and use it to your own creative endeavors. Like, definitely, I really would hope that you you take something out of this, and, like, you're ready to just, like, explore a scene or reflect on a time that you feel so empowered and moved and inspired by, to create, like, an actual art piece that is a self-portrait. It doesn't have to be a self-portrait, from mirror to you. It doesn't have to be so accurate, just definitely how it feels to you in a time that it is. A lot of my art actually has shaved heads, which is a theme, and it's definitely not where I'm at now. I'm here a year later with the hair all out, but the shaved head is something I'm, like, really pushing in my art. It's something that I, like, went through and really did spontaneously just shave my head all one summer for about a year, and I didn't really see it as a practice of release, and now I do. And now that I'm like not shaving my head, it's a little hard for me to just be like, try to understand that it's much deeper. Now I'm seeing it as much deeper. At the time, I wasn't really doing it with the deeper purpose than to just feel the hair running through my head. Like, now I'm all about it. So that's sort of like the theme as to where all my figures with shaved heads come in. And that's something, I'm pretty sure I explained that in the process in the first video, which I recommend you watch, because it brings a lot to explain my process here today. So let's get into it. We have today, I'm going to do 2 different types of work. I'm going to be explaining and sort of working actually right now to do 2 different types of detailing, and it's mostly detail work. As you can see, everything as far as the basic outline is already presented. Let me see if I can move this so we can get a better view. This is really sketchy, but I hope you can see. Honestly, it was better where it was, but let's just move it back. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought we had a better situation, but I don't think we do. You're probably just gonna have to watch from where you are. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna risk having this all fall apart. Okay. I'll adjust it. But basically, what we're going to do today is adjust or add on detail, and specifically detail to the actual eye bits, the eye portions. I'll be bringing in. I named them 2 different things. I named them I named them adornments, and then I also named them detail highlights. And the adornments are basically like accents to the earrings, the hoops, and the piece. It's accents to, the winged eyeliner in our piece today. It has to do with the lashes, a little bit more detail and shadowing on the eyes. I'm going to be, adding a little bit to that. I really, really, really wish that I'm able to bring you closer, but my setup is a little funky, so bear with me, please. I'll be explaining everything. Yeah, those are the 2 elements. Maybe I'll be doing more as the time progresses, but for now, this is what we're working with, is the adornments and the detail highlights. Detail highlights is basically, within this piece, I have, presenting, if you haven't already figured out what it is a mirror. It's somebody holding a mirror, and this person is looking into the mirror, sort of in curiosity, a little, honestly right now it's a little hard to determine what they're feeling. I'll determine that once it's completed, obviously, but we'll be adding more highlight and detail to the crack of the mirror, because that's sort of what we bring in. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be bringing to you today. It's not gonna be much, but just trying to fit in with our time here today. I'll be definitely sharing progress pieces as I continue to work on it throughout time. But I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to have you here today. I'm not as excited as the setup is holding up right now. Okay. Okay, that should work. Hopefully. I'm not gonna worry so much on the hand, because I feel like that is just something I'm gonna get too irritated with, and I don't want you to see me irritated like that. So here we are. I also want to make a note. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Put it in the chat. I'll be there. I'll be watching you say anything. I'm already watching you say something if you are saying something. But if you have a question, let me know. I'll be answering it as time progresses, either through the demo right now or after I've completed, you know, some bits of it. Yeah. So, you know, I'm going to begin now. What I have today, and I'm going to start with the adornment pieces, is I work primarily in pencil, different shades. I don't even know if they're called shades, but different lead points and like pencils. I'm not going to talk about that right now because I'm not going to use that. But today I'm going to be bringing to you pen and ink, something that I've been like really enjoying. Shout out to Andrew, my brother, for giving me this awesome pen that I haven't stopped using since he gave it to me. And then just a wine bottle cap full of India ink, black India ink. It's this one. If you're very curious as to know what I'm literally using, you know, take notes. This is here. I'm here for you. So this is what I'm using today for the adornment pieces. And I will also probably be using the other thing that I have today, which is just white acrylic paint. You can also use gouache. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like an acrylic paint that's more opaque, and I believe it's just better. I used to have gouache. I used to have it, but I don't have it anymore, so now I have acrylic paint. So I'll be using that, which is just in here. So yeah, let's begin. I really, this is bugging me because I really want you to be a little closer. Let's get a little more personal with this. And, you know, if we fall apart, then you'll just be here to witness it all, but I really hope we don't. Okay. Maybe that'll be good. Is that good? I hope it's good. Thumbs up. Hearts in the chat if it's good. Hearts in the chat, please, if it's good. I hope it's good. I'm pretty sure it's good. This is the best you're gonna have to get, so please enjoy while I do a little bit of this. And I'll be explaining a little what I'm doing, just to get you all a little situated. Thanks, Eileen. Thumbs up in the chat. Yeah, awesome. Let's get to work. Okay, so, you know, I'm honestly not too sure if I'm using this pen correctly. I kind of just put it into the ink and then just begin, what I usually do. And looking at this, I think, okay. I'm just excited to be here and I'm excited to share this with you. So let's begin a little bit. Hopefully that's good. I don't want to put too much pressure because this will all fall apart if I add too much pressure, but let's begin. I'm going to be starting with the eyeliner. And usually I kind of just, honestly, doing the eyeliner part in any of my portraits is the most satisfying thing because I just do it how I usually do it. But since I'm nervous, it's going to be a little shaky. Just to bring that context to you. This is all a very natural process to me, honestly. I don't find too much struggle in it. So we're just going to be adding a little wing on this side, a little something to give it a little drama to our eyeliner. Can you notice? Can you see what's happening right now? And you know, just fill in that wing as you do with eyeliner. And finishing that bit. It's looking a little good right now. We'll begin on the other side. Kind of just doing the same thing, forming a good wing. And honestly, if you're even just trying to learn how to do eyeliner just on yourself, it's honestly, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. You'll mess up the first couple times, but you just gotta on there. And once you get to that point, ooh, you're so powerful once you get to that point where it takes you like a minute to do your eyeliner. Oh, I love it. So that's how we're at right now. just sort of add in more definition to this, getting a little bit more, making this a little bit more defined, I guess. That'll be okay right now. We could add more detail to it later. Since we're moving forward and trying to move as fast as we can, we're gonna move now to the eyelashes. And this is something, I always have fun with eyelashes. It kind of just goes all over the place, and I have fun with it. Truly, it's something that I just do. Just the eyelashes making no sense right now, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say to you right now. You're basically moving very freely with this sort of thing. Don't think too much about it, you know, and it depending on where you're at placement wise and your positioning of your face, it's going to be a little different on if you're going to be moving your eyelashes, you know, up and out like a swoop, how you would, you know, imagine your eyelashes looking, or they could be like pointing down, looking a little, just like with the placement, the positioning of your face in the portrait, determines on like how realistic you would like to look with your portrait. Honestly, I'm just trying to go for glam, because she looks good she looks really good. She looks very good. So we're just trying to do all of this. Continuously, you know, using the pen to bring more ink to the pen. And remembering that this is just fun. That it's okay to not think too much about it and just to do. It's okay to get a little realistic. With my portraits, they kind of bring a more fantasy look to it. What's up, Bruce? We're gonna bring a little bit more of a fantasy look to it. So the eyeliner is moving now out of the frame. So bear with me. We're here today. Bruce, to fill you in, we're doing adornments and detail highlights. The adornments are the eyeliner, it's the eyelashes, it's the detail in the eye, it's maybe a little highlight in the eye, you know. And we're also doing the detail highlight, which is basically the crack in the mirror. Is basically where we're at right now. And we're just, you know, we're in the middle of adornments. So let's continue to move forward on this. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Trying to explain everything that I can to you as I continue to move forward. But I think that's fine right now. We'll get to it later, and maybe not so much right now as, you know, I'm working with you. I'll definitely out of the live video will be detailing this a little bit more, but this is just, you know, to show you what I do, how I do it, why I do it, and hopefully you find inspiration on if you're gonna be doing a self-portrait. Like you're gonna want to spice it up a little bit, because you are hot in your self-portraits. You gotta be hot in your self-portraits. Think you're hot in your self-portraits. So this is where we're at. That'll be fine right now. At least as far as this side. We'll add a little bit more to the bottom lash. Yeah. I think that also, depending on the type of ink that you have and how much water you put into your ink, is going to determine on how light or opaque your ink is going to be showing up on your paper. Because I recently lost, I finished a bottle of ink and I was adding water continuously to the paper, or to the bottle, so by the end of the bottle it was already so thinned out. So it wasn't even like a jet black anymore, how usually India ink is when you take it out of the bottle. It was like gray. So I was using that more. I think I'm gonna use that differently. How to, use your supplies and how they're running out. You can definitely use them in different ways. So that's something I'm throwing my 2 cents in. I think we're gonna be okay right now. We're 30 minutes in, so let's continue to move forward. I believe that might be it. And maybe I'll go back into adornment to bring more detail into the eyes. But we are now going to be moving into detail highlight. And today, I have my white acrylic paint. I have a thin tip brush. It's important to be using this because of the very thin line work that I have in the mirror itself, because they're very thin lines. And when you're studying, at least when I was studying how to use and how to create a mirror effect that is broken, I saw that there was a lot of detail inside the... What's up, Dom? Hey, everyone, welcome in. Hey. How I was looking at the cracked mirror effect on a photo, it showed a lot of highlights. So I'm going to be, presenting a little bit of that with this white acrylic paint. Stated previously, you can also use gouache or gouache, whatever you really present it as. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we're going to use acrylic paint right now. So I made it very specific to use the acrylic paint in the spots that are thicker in the lines, and I really wish I was able to show you, but I can't because my setup is funky. But we're going to begin by bringing this white acrylic paint. Maybe added a little too much water, but you're going to be bringing this into the actual crack, because and you can look at this after, Google, broken mirror. It's going to have white cracks in with the markings of our cracked mirror. You'll be able to see that very finely and detailed. But I thought that would be a really good accent to use. I'm using a fine tip brush. Not very fine tip, but it'll get the job done. So yeah, I'm just bringing in. Also, we have a lot more people joining us. Hello, welcome. If you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. I'll be referring back to, this whole party going on right here. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll answer any questions I can to the best of my abilities. I'm so excited to have everyone here today. We have 6 people consistently. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really happy to be presenting this type of work to you. It's been a while since I was able to do something like this, and I feel like I've grown so much as a person that I'm able to just discuss more freely about my process in art. And this work I'm actually really happy to present. So it's fun. It's good. It's a good little time. You obviously can't really see what I'm doing right here because we're so far away. I really, really, really wish you could see. But we'll be able to check in with that, when it's completed and done, which I'm really excited to be done with because, that's always the best part in creating a piece. We're also happy to be here. I'm happy that you're happy. I'm happy you're all happy. I hope you're happy. Nah. Thank you for telling me that. I really appreciate it. What has been your best part of your creative process? What has been the best part of your creative process? The best part, honestly, is the final details in the whole piece. The smaller details as well. And specifically, when I was working a lot in this piece, I was really enjoying this whole detail in the frame of the mirror. Oh, it's the best. like, I could sit there for hours and just poke, 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 poke. And I'm pretty sure everybody in this house has heard poke, 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 happening at various times of the day, because I could do that for hours. It's so fun, because I'll just do and just keep working with it until I get to a place where I'm good with. And right here, I'm not done with the frame. We still have a lot more to go. We still have different details right here on the top, and I want to bring more attention to making the frame more of a 3D type object than so much 2D, because this is very flat. I want to add more dimension to it, so I'm going to be bringing another like a thickness to the mirror itself. Honestly, yeah, in this whole piece, this specific piece, my most enjoyable part was working the detail in the frame. And the detail in the frame is something that is very common within the work that I've been doing. It's very common in how I've been working. I've been working at this sort of detail dot work in fabrics. I find it's so nice to be able to do that, because honestly I can't do a fabric in like a traditional fabric, how you would envision a fabric in like a drawing or a painting, in like its smooth texture. I can't do it for the life of me. I don't want to do it. And like, yeah, I don't want to do it. I can't do it and I don't want to do it, so I'm going to do it this way. And it's been very rewarding to be able to practice and call it, you know, my own style of moving differently within fabrics. And fabrics and art, you know, you see fabrics and art all the time. I'm just adding my own sort of 2 cents into it, making it my own. Alright, yeah. Because it's India ink and because I'm using acrylic paint, it is not working to the best of my abilities. You would be able to use a gouache or a gouache if you want to do something with this that's so opaque. And maybe I just added too much water to my dish right here. But highlighting would be definitely moving in with the cracks in the mirror highlight. The JDA art style. You know the deal, Bruce. So here we go. Now we're just probably gonna move away from the cracks in the highlights, because that like, it's already getting pretty tedious moving into it, because you can't really see. I really wish you could, but you can't really see what I'm doing right here. So now I think we're gonna probably fix the highlight in the eyes, and I have 2 points of highlight in the eyes. One point is definitely more recognizable, or not recognizable, but it is a something that's pretty much always there. Consistent. That's not the word that I'm looking for, but it's something that that's always a point in the highlight of the eyes, is these 2 at the top right. I have points of highlight that sort of accent the eye itself, and here I'm trying to actually determine if I want to add to the bottom, but I'm going to add to the bottom anyways, and if I don't like it I could just, you know, fix it after the live is over, but this is just for y'all. I'm going to add highlights to the bottom. Here we go. I really wish you could see better, but yeah, we're adding bottom highlight. I'm probably gonna go back in and fix it once this live is over. Ooh. So yeah, there we go. A little bit better. Still, you know, seeping through because we added too much water to the highlight. Sorry, too much water to the paint right here that we're working with. Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions? I'm excited to hear what anybody thinks about how we're doing today. If you have any questions revolving I Am That I Am itself, you know, we're so open and just like ready to be, you know, there to answer any questions that you may have. If you want to participate in any projects yourself, we're so excited to be able to bring more people through and, participate in this project, because it's a very special project. So I'm happy that we're bringing this in a different way, and that is through live art demonstrations. What are some of your biggest inspirations for creating? Good question. That always changes. But the largest sort of inspirations that I have is honestly, probably moments of anguish and sadness is the largest inspirations that I usually get. Very uncomfortable sort of topics. And I feel like with these uncomfortabilities, I feel like creating art through that uncomfortability, I don't want to talk about it, but I want to draw about it. That's the best type of art. That's where I go for. Can I participate? Heck yeah, you could participate, Dom. Send us a message. Send me or Marone, or even the Embodying and Extend account a message. Send us an email, whatever you prefer, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible so we can get you on board with this project. But yeah, those moments of just uncomfortable situations to be in is just something that I find very sacred. I can't seem to move away from that topic. Maybe it's just because it's been very present in my life, which I find a lot of peace in accepting that is something that these feelings are something I'm able to portray in a very honest way, which is my art. In this piece particular, I created it with the intention of this live demo. So, yeah. I also don't really discuss the theme of any specific piece publicly, unless you ask me about it privately, then I could share. But I like to keep it a little mysterious. Raven, how are you doing, Raven? What's up? Hey, David's in the chat. What's up? How y'all doing? Alright, we're already 42 minutes. I'm gonna go until as long as I can. We're riding into the sunset with this live video demonstration. So basically, to catch you all up, we're here today. I'm doing two types of work to this piece right now. They're called, I named them, they're called adornments, and they're called detail highlights. They're in my notes. I gave up on the notes. But we're here today. We already did some of the adornment pieces. We might go back and continue to work on it a little bit more, but we're here now today. Fawn is here! Dude, Fawn, what's up? We're here today to, I already worked on some of the adornment pieces. I'm now trying to move my way slowly into detail highlights, but it's not something that's coming out very clearly. So, might have to come back on that. But you can't even see, very well of the detail highlights. So I think I'm going to go back to adornments and just add more detail to the actual facial structure and bring more shadow and contour to the facial structure. Before I was using white acrylic paint and a thin tip brush. So let's go back to adornment. I'm going to be using, the pen and ink. Shout out to Andrew, my brother, for giving me this pen. Truly, this is the greatest pen I've ever received. I would not have been creating this piece without this specific pen. So thank you, Drew, even though you're not here. I really appreciate it. Let's go back to adornments. What's up, Fawn? I miss you. Let's go back to adornments. We're gonna be moving now. Let's do more. Let's do a little dot work, don't you think? I think it's time to do that a little bit. So we're gonna be bringing a shadow into the inner eye corner where it would be like right here. So let's see, I don't want it to fall apart. Dang. Yeah, I don't want it to fall down, so I'm gonna get a little uncomfortable right here. Yeah, so basically, if you have any questions revolving around this project series that we have ongoing, and it's a continuous project, we don't have a specific end date to this project. It's continuous with whoever would like to participate at whichever time you're ready to participate, because that's what we're really looking forward to, is your preparedness and your readiness to be able to share that bit of yourself that you really just want people to share. If you want that bit of you know, if you want to celebrate a little part of yourself that you feel accomplished in, we're so ready to be able to you know, provide that space for you to celebrate in your own specific way, in any way that you would like. This project itself, and I mentioned it earlier in the live, I came in with the specific idea of celebrating my 5 years in art. This September is now me working into being a artist, considering myself an artist full time for 5 years now, which is super cool. It's been a very hectic and emotional 5 years. It's come a long way, this practice of mine, and I feel so thankful that it's something that is continuous within my life through everything I've been through. That it's always been there. It's always been there, and I'm so thankful that it's been there this whole time. Yeah. Right now I'm adding more definition to our under eye bags. Just giving it a little bit more, like, it's there, it's apparent. We all have bags. I have bags. My figure right here has bags. So let's get a little real right here. 5 years. Woohoo! 5 years. Heck yeah. So this is, you know, the celebratory live demo with the not the subconscious, but the underlying theme of me presenting myself now. Creating art for 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. That's crazy. 5 years. I remember 5 years ago thinking, where am I going to be in 5 years? Here with you tonight, doing this artist demo. That's where we're at tonight. Yeah, I owe a lot to that person 5 years ago who was going through it. She was going through it. Okay. So I'm adding more detail to the under eye, but not too much detail because, you know, we're going to be continuously working through and going more into this piece. Doing a little cheekbone. I don't know the name of that. It's not coming to me. Another really tricky part of this whole piece itself is because if you ever look into like a broken mirror, you could tell that everything is not its full like flat, not flat, but it's not visually, you know what I'm talking about? It's not formed the way it should be. Yes, it's not aligned. Exactly, Eileen. You know. It's not aligned. So, trying to get that extra detail into sort of moving it. It's fragmented. Dude, yes, thank you. You know. Trying to get that extra sort of detail in making it shift a little bit so that it's not necessarily all cohesive in the piece. And that's like the smallest detail in it. And that's something that if you're here with me, you'd be able to tell, like, it's not, you know, a solid portrait. It's definitely, it has its fragments. Hey Savannah, how you doing? Yeah, Eileen, you took those words out of my mouth. You took it and you ran with it. Thank you for saying that, because I would not have gotten that. So yeah, basically, I think we might be alright right here in the detail of the eye. Yeah, I got a question. Must go to class, but it was so great. Oh, thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for joining today. I'm so excited to, have you be able to witness this. I miss you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Have a great class session. Thank you so much. Yeah, dude, my homies are here. All my homies are here. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're continuously moving through this piece. Let's give you a little view of how it looks, literally. Not from an angle, but this is where we're at. I was gonna be moving into doing something differently. What was I gonna do? Hi, Julia. Well, so. Oh, thank you, Savannah. I really appreciate it. Okay. So this is where we're at. It's moving along. It definitely looks different than, how we began. Maybe let's fix the eyebrows a little bit. Oh. Okay. Yes, just restating again for anybody who just came in. This is I Am That I Am, a live art demonstration that I'm doing here. Just sort of explaining the process that I've been working with, revolving the art that I've been creating within the last couple months, because it's a very specific and different type of art that I've been working with within the last year or so. Yeah, thanks for joining us today. What are your goals for the next 5 years of your practice? That's a good question, and it moves. I don't know. I'm not too sure yet. I have a lot of ideas. I would, I've thought about applying to grad school, and the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, do I really want to do that? And I think my hesitation in that definitely means I'm not ready to do something like that. So that's not my first thing, but it's in my head. It's in one of the plans that I've considered. Another thing I've considered is applying to art residencies, and I take a lot of inspiration from Rosemary, and seeing Rosemary go on her art residencies is so inspiring. If you haven't already, check out Rosemary's page. Rosemary has one of the most amazing, just her whole art itself and the theme of her art and how she's working and creating and traveling and doing all these amazing different ventures and just doing it all. It's so inspiring. Rosemary, amazing work. I love it. I love seeing it all. I'm truly one of your biggest fans. I love you, Rosemary. You're truly fantastic, and inspiring. So that's doing an artist residency is something I've thought about considering, and I've looked into some of them already. A lot of them I don't think I'm ready for. I want to just find a footing within my own art, because this itself is I'm still a baby artist, considering it's been 5 years. I'm still working to find a style that I work my best in. So it's just a lot of planning out right now. and taking my time, all the time that I need. Yes, please do it. Yeah. Because you said that, I'm gonna do it now. Thank you, Rosemary. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it all. Definitely. So, yeah, honestly, the next bit of this work, and I'm honestly trying to figure out how to move next with it. I could add more details to the hand or begin adding details to the hand. You can't really see the hand, but this is the hand itself holding on to the handle of the mirror. We've already gotten so far in this demo, and we've had a lot of viewers come in and stop by. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate seeing everybody come in, waving to you. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, I'm so happy to be able to have this what is it called? This platform that is Embody and Extend, because this project is, this whole collective as a whole was just birthed at a very gracious time, and it was something that both Marone and I really needed to start, because we even, like, while in Vermont, we always considered working alongside each other in a way that we were still sort of unknown how it's gonna work. But last summer was, you know, the birth year, and we've come so far as a collective. We've had a lot of people come in and contribute, and we're so thankful. If you've ever contributed to our publication before, we're so thankful for you and your amazing voice that you brought to our group. So thank you. I know some of you have already participated in any form that had to do with, like, previous blog posts, or had to do with the actual I Am That I Am project. Like, it's such a beautiful thing to be able to have us all come together again, and to you know, celebrate each other in a way that is this, and that is I Am That I Am. If you haven't already and want to participate in any way with I Am That I Am, it could be anything you'd like, anything in your wildest dreams that you want to present to yourself, and you feel ready to do, you know, a type of, you know, just presenting yourself, basically. It's awesome to be able to have this opportunity to share my art with you. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have any more questions? I'm sort of just trying to figure out where to go next with this one. But, yeah, I wanted to do this piece in 2 and just work 1 and 2, but we're kind of moving back and forward now, which is, like, it's cool. I like, you know, the idea of having a planned out, you know, outline and then just flowing with it. That's what I've been like, honestly. I thought it was going to be a lot more, like, awkward and nervous, but no, it's been pretty fun because all my homies are here. It's nice. All right. Yeah. I'm really happy that I'm here doing this. It's been a while. This whole project planning has definitely taken time, and I've had to consider a lot of different things that I've had to do to how to do this best itself, how to present this, and honestly, it all came down to the last couple days have been like the most like aha, this is what I'm gonna do moments. Yeah. What do you feel when you finish a piece? What do I feel when I finish a piece? That is a good question. That is also a good question. I feel honestly sort of sad. Honestly, like, because I've been working so much hours on a piece, and like, it's like, oh, it's over. It's over. I mean, it doesn't have to be over, but I know it's over because, like, this is where I'm at right now. And it's done. And, you know, like, it's like all this work, all this hours of work is, like, now it's completed, which, I mean, it's not so sad. I mean, I guess it's just, like, a little sentimental, like, it's done. I feel a lot of, like, relief also when I finished work. Honestly, when I'm doing it by myself, it feels like I'm holding my breath while creating the piece, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hope that I'm doing this correctly. I hope that I'm adding the shade correctly, because I'm adding Indian ink, and Indian ink is so hard to get out of paper. Like, it's so hard to cover up. So it's a lot of me holding my breath during it, hoping that it's coming out all right. And usually it has been, because I've been, you know, working in portraiture for about a year now, that I'm able to just create without putting too much thought into it, being too anxious to, you know, get to it, I guess, without being too anxious to make a mistake. And I feel like all these mistakes that I make within a piece just adds to its own originality. You know, it just adds its own character, which I'm very happy about. I'm so surprised that, you know, I haven't gotten a little message, you know, saying that. Because I've already been out for an hour. Wow, that's so cool. All right. That's cool. Okay. Well, since I have been on here for an hour, I think honestly this might be a good place to sort of rest on, because, man, I really wish we had a different view of this whole piece. This piece itself is just very detailed, so I really wish that, you know, you viewing were able to see its different layers, but, you know, maybe you can tell from when we first began that this does look a little different than how we first started. But yeah, I am going to cap this live video demonstration. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been such a pleasure to be able to present this to you. Yeah, I feel good. I feel very happy, and I feel very proud to be here to share this with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much to Embody and Extend for putting this whole thing together, allowing us to bring a lot of different people in from different places of anywhere to create this whole I Am That I Am video project, and how it's moving in so many different directions. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for awesome. Yes, of course, always. This is really fun. I'm really happy to have presented this to you. Yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. If you have any questions revolving I Am That I Am itself, and would like to participate in any way, send us a DM. We are open, and we're ready to have you, you know, to work with you and have you be a part of this awesome and amazing project that we have going on. If you have any questions for myself as my own individual art practice, you can follow me, JDA Art, on my Instagram, or, you know, send me a message through there. But thank you so much for joining me today. Awesome. Have a wonderful evening. Take care, and good night.